Aaron, great to have a chance to meet you. One of the biggest reasons why is because um, I'm twice as old as you, and I have no shame behind that. And I still remember back in the 80s renting videos. I remember I was into these crazy movies, and there was one that I had not heard of, didn't know anything about, and I was just like, let me grab this because you never know. All I remember was the skull and two eyes looking through it. I
Yep.
go home and I see this. I become a fan. I didn't know if I was supposed to be scared or die of laughter on
Mm-hmm.
everything I'm seeing. And
Mm-hmm.
eventually, somehow, this great cult movie, there was a part two, there was a series, and
Mm-hmm.
finally, what is behind me? A musical, which you star in. Please just tell the folks what I am talking about. It truly is a classic, whether it's on the big screen, small screen, or on stage as a musical.
Absolutely. Evil Dead, baby. It's sweeping the nation, sweeping the world. Has been for the last 40 years, essentially. Yeah, no, it's such a joy and a privilege and an honor to be able to join this family, this massive community. Whether you're a fan of the movies, three movies, a series. There's a remake. There's a new movie that just came out last year. Gosh, there's been comic books, video games, and of course the musical. It's a huge, huge thing, and yeah, they're big boots to fill. But I'm really excited to be joining it.
It truly is. What I love about this musical, and we're going to get into it because I've had the pleasure of seeing it several times. Mind you, never in the front, never in the front, always in
Oh,
the
we got to
back.
get you there. We got to get.
No, oh, no. And folks who don't understand what we're talking about, to explain in a moment, though. Can you talk about what this story is about and why your character is so important throughout the show?
Sure, yeah. So Evil Dead is the story of a group of friends, group of college students who decide on their spring break vacation that they're going to go to a cabin in the woods, spend a nice little vacation. The only problem is they are not renting this cabin; they are breaking in to this cabin. When they arrive at the cabin, they discover some items that are a bit disturbing, distressing. They find a book with some ancient sort of language in it. Read from the book, and insanity breaks loose.
Yeah.
Folks start to get possessed. Folks start to yeah. You're looking behind you there. There he is, right over there. Yep, yep. You can see
Yep.
some zombie-looking folks there. Yeah, insanity ensues, and my character, poor Ash, is there. He is. Yep, with no sleeve. There he is. The poor guy and a chainsaw for a hand. Yes, indeed. Lest we forget. Ash is essentially the human punching bag of all of these zombie characters. They will not let him rest. They are taunting him and hurting him. They possess his hand, which he then has to fight and chop off using the chainsaw. And then, wisely, he replaces the hand with the chainsaw for maximum efficiency in dispelling evil. And
Now,
there
so for folks now who know the story, and for folks who have seen the film but maybe not the stage show,
Mhm.
um, can you talk about some of the special effects because it really does work? A lot of times people try to adapt films into
Mhm.
stage shows, and especially, I mean, come on, musicals.
Mhm.
Why do you think this works so well? Because it's enjoyable either way.
Yeah, I think that I mean, you're absolutely right. The special effects are a major component to the charm of not only the movies but our show as well. And I think there's something about it that it's simple stuff, but it's effective. It's the type of stuff that has always worked in theater, and we're just implementing it in our show. There's a healthy dose of makeup effects, of puppets. Um, of tricks and sort of things built into our set that are unexpected. Slamming curtains and moving pictures and stuff. And it's all simple stuff, It's puppeteered by wires, but this is the kind of stuff that has always worked in theater. And of course, I mean that's some of the more simple effects in our show. But then you get some waterworks too. You get
Oh,
some.
we're going into the splash zone. Okay, let's
Yeah,
go into
yeah.
that. Let's go
Am I
into that.
spoiling this too soon? All right.
No, let's go into
Hey,
it.
good stuff. Good stuff. That's another huge appeal of our show is what we lovingly refer to as the splatter zone, because one of the things about our show that you can't get anywhere else in any other musical is that you can get doused with blood, fake blood, stage blood. The characters in the show, myself, other people, we're getting splashed with blood. It's a very gory but hilarious musical. But not only are the actors getting doused in the stuff, so is the audience. And we have built into the set, there's nozzles hidden everywhere. There's blood coming out. There are cannons, projecting it out into the audience. I won't spoil all of our secrets and all of where the blood comes from. For that, you'll just have to come and see the show. Buy yourself a splatter zone seat. But yeah, it's kind of like a mix between a night out at the theater, seeing some beautiful singing, dancing, acting, but also going to a theme park, and almost like a water ride. It's really unique and something that I've never seen in a musical before, and yeah, it's really fantastic.
Now, we should explain that we did say there's a zone for this. Not
Mm,
everybody is getting splashed. So if you're one of those people like myself who's like, no, 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 I don't want that on me,
this is
it
true.
doesn't happen to you. There's just a section
This
on
is
this.
true.
But for the folks who are in that section, like they literally love
Oh
this.
yeah.
They will no, I want to sit here.
Hmm.
I want the fake blood on me. Like
People
they won't watch a show unless they have that happen.
Exactly. They come wearing all white, maybe a plain white t-shirt with the sole intention of getting it, dirty. And I will say the fake blood does wash out very easily. One of the main ingredients in our stage blood is soap, so that it can be, easily removed. And so if you wash it, it's no problem. But I've heard stories about people taking the bloody clothing home, putting it in the dryer to
Yes.
try to like lock it in, and keeping it like that. I've heard stories about people coming in their wedding dresses, wanting to get it dirty. It's amazing. I've yet to see that personally, but of course, Evil Dead the musical has been going on for 20 years, and that's something that I've heard about, and I'm looking forward to seeing if someone shows up in a full bridal outfit. That would be wonderful.
Now, again, for folks who are used to the movie and the series, we keep saying these two words, the musical.
Mhm.
Why does that part work so well in this when it's nowhere else except this stage show?
Absolutely. Well, you touched on it when you were talking about seeing the movie. The movie is this strange balance between horror and comedy. I would say that the musical leans far heavier into the comedy aspect of that, and musicals obviously are a key component of that is the comedy of it. So I think that it's just sort of a perfect marriage, between this sort of parody take on the musical, while also still having some serious moments and diving into that from the movie. But yeah, I think that it's just a story that is so outlandish and ridiculous. You've got a moose head on the wall that's coming to life and talking to the main character. You've got, geez, geysers of blood erupting from cellar doors. It's already so outlandish. So I feel like the next natural step is for them to start singing and tap dancing, right? I mean, that's, the movies have just about everything but the kitchen sink. We throw in the kitchen sink as well, and the kitchen sink is singing and dancing. So.
Okay, so let's talk about Ash because we've had the pleasure of watching a lot of superhero films.
Mhm.
Okay. You can be a big fan of Deadpool, Wolverine. You could be a fan of Batman and Superman. I will put all four of them together and I will bet you $1,000 they can't beat this guy here. Now,
Yep.
for folks who don't understand why, you explain it because your character is the
Mhm.
baddest of all badasses, and especially when we know where he used to work.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. See, I think you're absolutely right. You could stack any of these heroes against Ash. He's gonna take them down. And you know how? By sheer willpower. That is his superpower. So Ash, for folks who don't know, he starts the story. At the very beginning of the story, he's a very timid, pretty mild mannered housewares employee at S-Mart is the name of the store where he works. Their slogan is "Shop Smart, Shop S-Mart." So he's very mild mannered. He doesn't really know anything. He has no physical know-how about fighting or anything. And over the course of the story, he learns how to fight just out of necessity, out of sheer willpower. So at the start of the story, he's a pretty normal guy. By the time you get to the end, he is fed up. He is over it. He is hardened. He has been transformed into this wisecracking, sarcastic, you know, I'm having none of your bullshit kind of guy. And I think that's what is so endearing about the character. People love to see this guy who even when he's in the most outrageous situation, demons and ghosts and ghouls, floating around him, a situation where he has no control, he still thinks he has all the control. You know what I mean? He's like, yeah, I got this. Oh, I've never seen this before. Oh, a talking moose head, spraying blood at me. No big deal. And I think that's what, he's got that. He's cool. He's level-headed. Even when he probably shouldn't be. And that's what's so endearing about the character, I think. That's why people love
Oh,
him.
he's a badass. He's a
He
badass.
is.
It is one of my favorite all-time stage shows. Definitely one of my all-time favorite films from back in the day too. So for folks who want to get involved with this, how do we get tickets? When does it begin? Where is it going to be? Give me the full
Yes,
works.
indeed. Absolutely. Well, we just had our opening performance last night. It was fabulous. A huge thank you so much. We had a huge crowd. They were having a fabulous time. We'd had a few preview performances before that, but yesterday, October 10th, official opening. We just got extended through the Christmas holiday as well. Yes, indeed. Yeah, you'll be able to see us for the next few months there. We're at the Randolph Theater. You can buy tickets through Starvox is our producer. You can follow us on social media as well. On Instagram, I think the handle is at Evil is Coming Toronto. Yeah, Evil is coming. Evil is here. Evil is here. They should change it, right? But yeah, you can follow us there. Keep up with all the stuff. There's tons of great photos of people who take selfies in the splatter zone. So you can check that out. See what you might be getting yourself in for if you want to sit in the splatter zone. But yeah, we're gonna be kicking it down at the Randolph Theater for the next few months. You know where to find us. Come check us out.
I'm just imagining folks are going, "Hey, what are you doing this weekend?" "Oh, I'm going to go see the Nutcracker, in December." "Where are you going?" "I'm going to go see the Evil Dead and get splattered by blood."
Mm-hmm.
That's my
Uh-huh.
holiday tradition.
Absolutely. I love it. I love it. I can't wait. I can't wait for that crowd.
And before we go, we got to remind folks to get your tickets early, especially because I'm assuming Halloween is probably already sold out, even
Halloween
though as
sold
we
out.
speak. Yeah.
Although we did add an additional performance. It was going to be just one show. They've now
Mhm.
added a late show at I
Okay.
believe a 10:30 p.m. show. So if you want to go and spend the witching hour seeing us get doused with blood, maybe getting doused with some blood yourself. Yeah, Halloween May is either sold out or very close to selling out. I'll
Yeah.
tell you as well. The Splatter Zone is nearly sold out through November. So if you're looking to
Wow.
get bloody, yeah, I'd purchase those as fast as you can, because yeah, I think it's only December when it really starts opening back up again. So
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, save it for Christmas. That's the way you
yeah,
celebrate.
exactly right.
Aaron, thank you so much. Congratulations on having this iconic role and being part
Thank you so
of,
much.
like I said, honestly, and I will say it 1,000 times, one of the most entertaining stage shows ever. And talk about a great price for a ticket to come on down. And the other thing too, folks should know too, that you can get t-shirts and stuff like that too. You can buy all that stuff.
You
It's all good.
absolutely can. You absolutely can. You can buy a white T-shirt with our logo on it, get it splattered in blood. Nothing better.
I love it. Aaron, thank you so much, my friend.
Thank you. Hey, take care.